Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 51 of Scion of the Dark House, a Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition Gothic horror podcast. Because it is Gothic horror, there are going to be subject matters that might be difficult for some viewers, such as body horror, trauma, abuse, child endangerment, violence, gore, blood, and plenty of other things. If anything comes up to a line for you, please take a break. Your support means a lot to us, but so does your mental health. So last we left off, the party had just returned from the Feywild, and after picking up items that they had bought beforehand and having a quick visit with Percy's family, where a startling revelation that Percy can see Belladonna's cats now occurred, the group decided to go back to the estate. Upon returning to the estate, they found that at the crossroads that led to the lake house, there was a great storm that apparently had happened. Trees were marked with lightning, and the air smelled of ozone. They found that almost every single frog that lived at the lake house was dead. Very few frogs were wandering around, and there were fish people on pikes by the hundreds along the coastline of the lake. They had also found the mutated body of presumably Queen Croak, as revealed by Jasmine smelling the strange mutated body. And upon asking the frog people via the tongues spell, they found that Queen Croak had planned to ascend to godhood and used the fish people, who apparently had the power to do so, to achieve it. However, the fish people pulled a fast one, and Queen Croak ended up killing almost every single one of her own people, as well as the many fish people. And this was the current circumstance that had happened. The group have just finished burying the bodies of the frog people, Lark having tossed a few seeds on top of them. And you all had just completed burying the bodies. So, what would you all like to do now?
If I remember right, I think
You're
Arthur
muted.
had actually... Me?
No, Rerek.
Oh. I think Arthur had decided to take a nap while they were burying the bodies. Does that sound familiar to anybody?
I think so. I think you
Pretty sure he's napping.
It sounds in character, at least. Let's put it that way. It sounds in character.
So pretty sure he's still napping. So just snooze town.
I was gonna say it's so sad that all these frogs have croaked, including the queen.
And rocks fall from the sky. No, I'm kidding.
I'm sorry.
Just get
Welcome back,
right
boys.
at the beginning.
So,
Because they're frogs.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they got that.
I think so. I'm pretty sure Lark was helping me bury with just your mold earth spell, and I think I was just traditional shoveling, and so I'll put the shovel in the dirt and wipe my brow. And... Arthur, Arthur, are you? Hello?
Hey, where? Are you? Yes. What are we doing?
I think it's time for us to go.
Oh, are you guys done doing the boring part now?
Yeah, we're done doing the boring part.
Okay. All right. What are we doing? Killing shit? Or
If I last remember correct, we were heading up to just go into the house, just via the routes of the frog people and the vineyard, right?
above game, I'm not entirely sure what we can
Is that what we're doing, Spencer?
I think you guys wanted to go just straight up to the house, which would the shorter route would be through the garden and the hedge maze that you all torched.
But then we just
But you saw the lightning.
carnage and-
Yeah, you guys went over to the lake house.
Okay.
Cool.
Okay.
I might kind of like take a few steps towards the lake and say, how many of these fish people have been living in the lake for who knows how long? Should we think that's a problem?
I mean, does anybody have like lightning magic or?
Lightning magic.
No.
Check.
Because like a fish fry sounds kind of good.
I have thunder wave, and it will affect them. If
Is
I
that
do
sonic
in the
damage,
water.
I think that's
It's thunder damage.
Wait,
Son-
you want
yeah, thunder
sonic?
It's a
damage, sorry.
cube of thunder
Yeah, and
because
it's
thunder
supposed
makes
to-
cubes.
Why not?
Perfect corners.
well,
Can I use this to like electrocute water people?
No, it's thunder. It would just move the water out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so
It's-
just
It's like a
sound
shock
wave.
wave. It's a
Sound
sound.
damage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, thunder is sound. Lightning is the actual
Yeah.
bolts.
Electric-y part.
Yeah.
Can I?
Well,
Okay.
probably don't really have a means of handling that at the moment, but if there's fish people promising ascension to godhood, I thought we've seen the last of that.
I mean, I just want to point it out that I'm pretty sure the last time we were here, I said that we should just kill them all, but you know, nobody listens to Arthur.
I don't think that matters. It's the same result either way.
Well, mm,
Wait, are you talking about the fish people or the
The
frogs?
frog.
Why
Yes.
commit a massacre yourselves when you can just get somebody else to do it for you?
Exactly.
This was a tragedy, and I think we should just move on.
And it's efficient.
okay. Well, I'm out of booze, so might as well.
So at this point, is the shortest route just to continue on the path we're on to get to the house?
No, the path still kind of winds through the woods.
Okay.
Yeah, you get the sense that this was more of a like leisurely stroll and sort of a recreational part of the estate as opposed to the place where everyone would just go up and see the gardens and the hedge maze and things like that. So it would actually be shorter to go back and then around and up.
All right. Well, how about we go pay our old friend Malice a visit?
Oh yeah, I forgot about Malice.
Oh,
That was weird.
yes. Let's go to the interdimensional demon fruit that tried breaking into your minds. Quite entertaining.
I mean,
Well, it's
wouldn't be the
shortest
first
route,
time.
So
Did we not get any mission from it before or anything?
no. It was a sort of-
No, he
vaguely
offered us
expositive.
hallucinogens.
Yes.
Which you still have.
I mean,
No.
okay.
Oh my god.
Nobody ever lets me do anything fun.
All right. Let's get move on.
So you guys head back out from the lake house to the crossroads and up through the graveyard towards the garden and the hedge maze.
Drawing my bow.
Of course. Nothing has really changed in the hedge maze or in the garden. The garden is still fresh and fertile with lots of flowers. And you do see the very familiar, strange gardeners that have been possessed by malice walking around, simply doing their jobs, planting flowers, taking care of the flowers, things of that nature. But otherwise, you do make it up to the house entirely unmolested.
Time is it?
Well, I guess we don't have to kick the door in this time, so
It is still very much wide open from the last time you guys just like punched it down. And you can see into the entrance hall where the chandelier is still laying on the floor, covered in cobwebs, and the same staircase up to the second floor, directly across being I believe that was the solarium that was directly across from the stairs.
Could you?
Can I just fire an arrow into the dark real quick?
It sails into the dark. Nothing happens.
Noted.
Satisfied?
I mean,
Illumination. Who has that?
yeah, I'm good.
So, as we take a step into the entrance, could you paint us a word picture of just like what directions do we have left to explore here?
So I think you went to the left first, and that was the smoking lounge as well as the library. You guys went into the back hall. You headed also left, where you found the ballroom and then the theater beyond that. You guys then went upstairs, where you visited not every single room. You visited the Egyptian room, the lunarium, and the solarium. You didn't visit any other room, but there are still rooms upstairs. Oh, you visited the chapel as well. Yeah, the chapel.
We did do the chapel, yeah.
And you have not been to the third floor, but you also went to the lab, which was a separate tower that you could access from the second floor.
And we talked to the entity of like rats, right?
Yeah, there's the rat
Yes.
hive mind, and then there's
Yes.
Butler that we killed.
Yep. You guys killed Butler and left the weird exposed brain rats alive.
Yeah, we did.
So, well, we've dug around a bit on the left side already. Start on the right.
I thought the library was on the right.
No, the library was on the left.
Oh. Whoops. Well then, okay, yeah, what's behind door number 2?
Let's go towards the right. She's looking for anything to do with the chains of Thera's-Doom and his sister and blah, blah, blah.
So you head to the right, and you find yourself in a quite somewhat modest dining room. There actually isn't anything, at least nothing that seems to be living in this room. However, you do find the table has been tipped over. The chairs have been scattered across the floor. It looks like they were used as some kind of barricade. You also find in the corner of the room is a really large clump of dirt, on top of which is a giant plant, and it smells awful. It legitimately smells like dead bodies. The roots are sticking out, and underneath this sort of clod of dirt, you notice it's almost like it has organs, like intestines, curling and coiling around, but they've long since died. And there is this sort of sticky fluid all over that corner of the room that's probably bodily fluids. You also notice that there are hands and legs sticking out from it, as if it just picked itself up from mass grave and moved. The top of the plant is a very large flower that has since turned brown and shriveled. You also notice that there are piles on the floor that look kind of mold colored, and little, very familiar looking spears and shields and staffs that you remember from the mold people that were in the hedge maze until it burned down. But it seems that nothing is living in the dining room.
Okay.
All right, so glossing over whatever the hell that is.
Ark, this looks remarkably similar to, well, what you do.
Can I like history check this?
What are you history checking?
They're asking me if I know what the hell that thing is.
That
It's
would
like
be a
plant growing up with
nature
dead
check.
bodies.
That would be more of a
Lark's
nature check.
bag.
Nature check. Oh, hey. That's a 19 plus 0. A 19.
Oh. Perhaps in your time spent with Percy before this whole adventure, you may have found an interesting book on various plants, one of which, an exotic plant called the corpse flower that actually eats corpses.
Oh, that's not from home. That's just a corpse flower, you silly mortals.
Is it?
Okay.
It looks like it's dead.
Unfortunately, yes.
Thank the fates. Okay, so are we just gonna keep hanging out in here? Cause like that's pretty rough.
Yeah, it does smell awful, and the fact that the doors to this place that all of the doors to this place are definitely closed, the stench did not really get out.
Yeah, not having a great time right now.
So aside from the door that you came in, which was from the entrance hall, there is a door. When you come in, there's a door on your left, which presumably leads back out into the hallways, but there is a door on your right.
I'm sorry, can y'all hear that?
Hear what?
No, it's just my neighbors are partying.
Oh,
Eh.
no, I
Okay.
can't hear it at least.
They're playing like really freaking loud mariachi music. They're having chicken barbecue outside. I'm really jealous.
Get to that. So you said there's just the only exit's the door on the right?
No, there's a door on the left and the right. The back
Okay.
wall doesn't have a door. And I said that the door on the left presumably leads to the hallway, given your knowledge of the house.
The same hallway we've been down?
Yes, that's the hallway that you all got
The
trampled by that ghost horse.
Okay,
You
well,
mean
that
just
is
me?
the ghost horse hallway. So door number 2.
Primeval awareness.
You do not sense anything out of the ordinary. There's still the clumps of undead where the vineyard is, where the stables are. There are still undead under the house. You also get the gigantic city-sized aberration that is underneath the house.
Okay. Yep. Carry on.
Let's open up that door.
So you guys are heading to the right.
Yes, also
Yepper.
I think I'm going to start using my thaumaturgy cantrip to open unlocked doors just so I can have some more relative safety.
Yes, distance. Yeah, you open the door and the door swings open and there is what appears to be a short wooden staircase down a sort of brick-lined, very short hallway to a sort of tile floor. And then it's kind of dark beyond that. There's indistinct shapes of furniture that might be counters. But from this distance and the way that the hallway is angled, it's kind of hard to tell what exactly they are.
How Lark's 120-foot dark vision get anything extra?
Not anything beyond those are probably counters.
Put on my special goggles.
Fire an arrow into the dark.
The arrow flies into the darkness and the flames do light up the area. It is a kitchen. What you can see is on the left, there is a counter. You presume that that is the way to the actual wide open part of the kitchen. The other side is another counter that's running along the wall. You do at this point, it lights up what appears to be a large brick oven, like a large open face brick pizza oven of some kind. But other than that, no new information and no sounds.
A kitchen. Maybe they have booze. Move. Arthur just runs.
I feel like I distinctly remember multiple creatures warning us of the dangers of the kitchen. Am I wrong on that?
Too far gone.
You pelt
far gone.
down the 5 wooden steps into the kitchen, and you do have dark vision, right?
I do, 60 feet, yeah.
Right. So you look around in this kitchen. There are definitely several brick ovens. There are also what appears to be various years upon years dried vegetables and things like garlic and herbs, as well as pots and pans that are hanging from the ceiling. Although there are pots and pans and cutting boards and things like that all over the kitchen, it appears that this was in use when the big disaster happened and nobody really had time to put anything away. There is also what appears to be, strangely, the kitchen is separated by a wall that has 2 more brick ovens inset into it that are still stacked with wood. But other than that, you don't see anything.
Mhm. So Arthur probably just like takes the tip of his bow and like pokes a shriveled up squash. Yep, definitely fermented, but not exactly what I was looking for, so bummer. Nothing alive though, so I mean it's safe-ish, I guess.
I was going to say, I have not entered the kitchen at this point. I'm just waiting to see if Arthur gets attacked by anything.
Percy will follow, and I think I'll use my light cantrip once I get down there.
And I go, are you dead yet?
Not yet.
Okay, we're good to go.
Does seem like as much of an ordinary kitchen as I thought it would be.
But,
And where does the kitchen lead to?
Yep. Anything else we can see?
Not that you can see, except for there is the other side of the kitchen that you can see that has more counter space. But other than that, nothing that you can see.
Can we get over there?
Yes.
Let's check it out.
All right. So who's heading over there first?
Follow.
I'll do it.
I'll stay on. How far apart
know
are
what?
these 2 sides of the kitchen exactly?
It's probably a good. It's a rather large kitchen actually. It's probably maybe a 60-foot long kitchen. There's probably tons of staff working in here.
You know, before I go to the other side, can I 2 things? First, keen smell.
Yes. Give me that perception check.
Okay, we have nat 20 plus
Ooh.
5, which is 25.
So there's definitely a lot of old food in this kitchen, a lot of dust. You also smell stone, cave air, very faintly, and something that has a really musky smell to it, but also kind of smells like smashed insects in a weird way.
Okay, that's weird. I don't think Arthur's sure enough to share what Jasmine's getting yet, so we'll just do a stealth check quick before we go over to the other side of the kitchen.
All right, give me the stealth check.
Okay. Oh God. Okay. Rolled rough on that one. 17 for moi, and I have to check Jasmine's again. Hers is 8. Okay. And then
Question.
25 for Jazz.
Okay.
Yes, question.
Have we not used my portents from last time? Or did we do a long rest from last time?
So.
Yeah, it
Same
is
day.
the same day, and you haven't used the portents yet.
Cool. So it's still 16 and 18, according to my last.
Cool.
So,
Yeah, I mean, if we
Alright.
end up rolling real shit, that'll
yeah.
be helpful. Yeah, so 17 and 25 respectively for myself and Jazz for stealth.
All right. So you all actually let me real quick. Aha.
Love
Okay.
when you have to check things.
Yeah, I know. So as you kind of sneak around the corner and you gaze into this next part of the kitchen that is somewhat illuminated just because Percy has the light cantrip up and you do see a little bit. There are more ovens. At the back is a kind of large double sliding barn door, except one side is off of its hinges. And in the wall and the floor, there's a huge hole as well as piles of rocks, as something had burrowed up from the floor of the kitchen and just so happened to hit the door on the way up. Beyond is probably a cellar of some kind. And sitting on top of the rubble is a very strange looking, almost naked bear with a insectoid head, a variety of very dark but yet still glistening iridescent eyes with hundreds of facets, almost like fly eyes, huge mandibles, and strange claws. It's very large, sitting on top of the rubble and staring at the corner that you guys have rounded. And I need both you and Jasmine to make a charisma saving throw.
Oh, fuck my life. Okay, is this a charm effect?
Let me see.
Just double checking. But I will.
It is not a charm effect.
Oh, fuck. Okay. All right. That is a. Oh, why did it not come up? Okay, there we go. 13 for me, which ouch. And let's see. Oh, God, poor Jazz. She's got a -2.
Oh no.
Oh, Jazz. Oh my God. She rolled a 1.
Ooh, so that's a failure for both of you.
I mean,
I need both of you to roll a d8 for me.
Oh, fuck my life. Okay, first one's going to be for me, and that is a 7. Second one for Jazz is a 3.
All right. So as your eyes meet this thing's eyes, the glittering almost becomes hypnotic, almost like a kaleidoscope. And for a moment, you have a bit of an out-of-body experience. You can't quite feel, you feel yourself inside of your body, but you don't feel yourself controlling your body.
Oh.
Jasmine freezes, eyes wide, staring. You, however, I need you to make a melee attack against Jasmine with your sword.
Oh no. Do we all see this happening?
Yes, you do. You see them round the corner and you see them all tense up. Very bizarrely, you see Jasmine tense up and freeze in a way that you've never seen her freeze before. And you see Arthur just almost in a trance, just turn and swing his sword, almost not even staring at Jasmine or looking at Jasmine, just swings downward at her. What did you roll?
23.
Okay, so you're gonna have to roll damage.
Oh, I rolled a 1. Oh God. Okay. 6
All
damage.
right.
6 damage. Okay.
All right.
Jot down
So
for
she
each.
only takes 6 points of damage and doesn't seem to react. Also, you do not have reactions, neither of you. However, this thing then makes a weird insectoid clicking noise and begins to move across the floor towards you. The rest of you, you do hear this shuffling. You hear the stones tumble off at the top. You hear this thing shuffling, this insectoid clicking sound, and I need everybody to roll initiative.
Initiativo.
Okay. Fucking gross.
15.
15 for Percy,
25.
25 for Arthur,
Yep.
12.
12 for Rerek,
7.
7 for Lark. All right, and let me just write down that. All right. So first up is Arthur.
So I'm guessing I need to make some kind of save again.
Yes, if you are I will say after you hit Jasmine with the sword attack, your brain cleared. The hypnotic kaleidoscopic pattern went away. And you instantly realize what has happened. So I will ask a very pointed question.
Okay.
Do you look back at it?
Do I look back at it? Okay, so here's the thing. Arthur's not very smart.
Oh.
So he probably does not realize why this happened. So I'm going to go with yes, he definitely does look back at it.
All right, make me that charisma saving throw again.
Fuck.
As you turn, lock eyes with it, enraged that it made you do this for some reason, and the kaleidoscopic colors begin to swirl at the edge of your vision.
14.
That is a failure. Please roll a d8 and you do not have a reaction.
Fuck. And I rolled a 1.
The hypnotic colors swirl around the edges of your vision, the kaleidoscopic patterns as you stare at this thing slowly crawling towards you, and you can do nothing but look back at it. You do nothing this round.
Awesome.
Next up is, Jasmine.
So here's the thing. She obeys my commands. I don't know. I don't think I can command her. So, okay, actually, what the UA says is, hang on, let me look at it. Let me look at it. Give me just 1 sec, because I want to.
So
do this
Percy,
for real.
you're on deck, I'll say.
Okay, Beastmaster. Here we go. It rolls for initiative like any other creature. Okay, we're not doing that. If you are incapacitated or absent, your companion acts on its own. Okay, cool. Yeah, so she can do stuff. All right. Well, so I guess she's gonna try to. Pounce. Try to pounce it.
All right. She is.
Do we have the 20 feet?
Yes, I would say you have the 20 feet
sure.
to move in a straight line. Also, I'm presuming that she has to look at this thing.
Yep.
All right, make her charisma saving throw.
God, I hope I roll a 20.
And we all can't see this thing just yet?
Not yet.
Nope. That's an 11. She failed.
So roll a d8 for me, please.
Fuck my life. And that's a 4.
Once again, Jasmine tenses to leap again, having her mind cleared only for the hypnotic pattern to set back in, and she tenses up and freezes. And so neither of you have done anything, as this thing is still coming ever so closer. Percy, it is now your turn. You have not seen this thing, but you have seen this bizarre display of them tensing up and freezing and staring off into the middle distance as you hear this insectoid clicking.
All right, I'm gonna go for first I'm just gonna shout like, Arthur, what the hell are you doing?
Presumably no answer.
No, there is no answer. You just watch as he stares. It's weird. It's almost like the Blair Witch Project is coming in and watching them stare off into the middle distance.
Okay.
Oh no.
I think I'm gonna cast Protection of Good and Evil on myself
Okay.
and hope that does something. and
The
and then I guess
oh yeah, you can't be charmed. Can it break the charm? Someone
It's
It
said?
not a
isn't
charm effect.
not a charm.
because
but
I have
Oh.
advantage against charm effects.
It's also
And it's also
frightened
not an
and
aberration.
possessing, so I'm hoping it's something like that. And I have an advantage on saving. No.
What
We'll see
is
if it
this?
works. I'm just gonna try to grab. Can I? That's my action though, so I can't bonus action to like shove Arthur away or anything.
Not unless you have something that allows you to do
Yeah.
that.
I guess I'm just gonna do my best to try to position myself between Arthur and whatever he is facing.
Okay.
It's gonna be good.
I'm trying to think if, you know what? Yeah, I'll give it to you. You managed to squeeze by Arthur standing there with Jasmine, and you are now on that side of the room, but you still have not looked at this thing. So next up is the strange creature that has just seen you position yourself in between it and its prey. And so it is going to bound up to you, and it is actually going to, it's going to make a claw attack against you and Arthur because it has the ability to. So first up, it's going to be against you.
So is it a aberration, celestial, elemental, fae, fiend, or undead?
No, it is not.
Well, I know it's not an aberration.
Cool.
None of those. I was like looking.
It did not roll very well.
Cool.
It misses you entirely. You feel this thing come up and you tense up, almost ducking, as a giant hand, this strange paw with almost like a naked bear covered in chitin, slams into the brick wall next to you, sending chips of bricks flying. It's also going to make an attack against Arthur, which it rolls significantly better for. 18.
Of course it does. That just barely hits, motherfucker.
All right. Well, it's not that bad. So you take 8 points of slashing damage as this claw also comes into your periphery and just smacks Arthur, clawing him. And then you feel breath on the back of your neck, Percy, as this horrible thing comes down. And I'm going to, does a 17 hit you?
Is my AC now? Yes.
All right. So this thing, it bites you, but you definitely feel these two mandibles close around your head as it tries.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Did this like wake Arthur
19
up, or is
points
he
of slashing
still?
damage. Nope, it just smacked you.
Was
And
that
it's now
13 or
biting
18?
onto you. Yes, you take 19 points of slashing damage as
Holy
this thing
fuck.
latches onto your head for a moment and tries shaking you and then letting go.
Oh my god.
Good God.
Yeah, you still have not looked at this thing, so you don't know what it is. You just know that it
Yeah.
has weird mandibles and weird paws with chitin on it. So next up is Rerek. You've seen Percy run around the corner, and then you heard this weird clawing and scratching, as well as this
I
insectoid
screamed
clicking
definitely
noise.
at that.
Yeah. Percy
the-
screaming.
What the fuck am I gonna do? I can't see nothing. I can't just like throw magic in there.
Well, Percy still has his. Well, do you have to concentrate on your light cantrip?
I don't have that.
Oh, I think it's probably
Oh.
down, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he got attacked, I was like, holy shit. What the fuck?
Well, I mean, all of us have dark vision
Yeah,
except
we all have
for
dark vision.
Oh,
and
so
Percy
I have
has
your
his
goggles.
I have my
goggles.
goggles on, yeah. So I
Oh,
You don't
shit,
need to
okay.
worry about dark vision and light anymore.
But so I do see this thing back when it's like behind Percy and like chewing its face.
I'm gonna say you see Percy squeeze.
Oh, actually, no. I think the
by-
light cantrip would still be up. It's not concentration or anything.
A lot of cantrips aren't concentration, so
yeah,
the light
my
cantrip will still be up.
My
So
little
I see
cane
this
is
thing.
glowing.
Well, I would
doing
say
that
you
thing.
more of see the mandibles close around his head. You don't see the actual figure itself.
So if I throw a 4th level magic missile on this shit,
I will say that you can see it enough to cast magic missile on it. Yes.
I panic and I throw a 4th level magic missile on it.
Damn.
Okay, where's the right? Oh no, these are not the right. ones. 1 second. It's this one. I have a bunch of these and I'm starting getting them all mixed. How many is it? 7?
So it's 3 at first level and then 1 for every level above that.
So 6.
All right, yeah, 6. So it'd be 6d4 plus 6.
Okay.
Since you're hitting the same target.
4. Why am I writing that? Go ahead and check. 4. 2. 2. Oop. 4. 2. That is
24.
yeah. Is it?
Yes. I have my calculator open.
Oh, goodness. Great. Yeah, so you fling out the magic missiles and the magic missiles fly past, curving and swirling through the air before slamming into this thing as you hear more strange clicking insectoid screechy sounds. Is there anything else you would like to do before we move to Lark?
I want to move back.
Yep, so you move back into the kitchen a little bit more. Yep. All
little
right,
bit
so now
further.
it is Lark's turn.
So I can't see this thing where I'm at, right?
No, it is conveniently hidden behind the dividing wall in the kitchen.
Okay, I need line of sight for like everything I do anyway. So I'm gonna fly to the ceiling and then fly to see if I can like see what's going on after I hear Percy screaming and stuff. So I'm gonna try to go around the corner of this dividing wall.
All right, as you glide past the dividing wall, the eyes on this thing's head, the multifaceted eyes, you look at them and they glitter, and the kaleidoscopic colors begin to close in around your vision, and I need you to make a charisma saving throw.
That
Cheap
is
pass.
gonna be a 16 plus 7 is a 23.
Oh yeah, that passes. This strange mind scrambling aspect of this creature, whatever it is, this weird naked bear covered in chitin and insect hair with antennae and these weird mandibles, is just standing there behind Percy, who is facing Arthur, who is just staring into the middle distance.
Okay. I'm just gonna be like, nobody fucks with my head. I fuck with other people's.
Okay.
I guess we're character level 8 right now.
Yes.
So that's still just 2 beams. And does it look injured at all from when Rerek managed to missile it?
I will say that there are some cracks in the chitin, but it looks relatively undamaged from your position.
Okay. I am gonna I'll use my bonus action to cast Hex on it.
Mm-hmm.
And for my action, I'm just gonna Eldritch Blast it.
All right. Hex doesn't require a saving throw, does it?
Nope. I do pick a thing that it sucks at while it's hexed.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just double check hex and see which. I think it's just any of the ability scores I can make fuck with.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll deal an extra d6 of necrotic when I hit it. Disadvantage on ability checks. We're just gonna say wisdom. Sure, why not? Wisdom
Okay,
ability.
interesting.
Checks. I don't know. And yeah, then we're gonna Eldritch Blast. Beam 1. Beam the first.
Beam daddy.
That's only an 11 to hit.
That, as you cast it, it ricochets off of this thing's chitin, smashing against the wall.
Ooh. Okay, beam 2. Beam 2 is going to be a 28 to hit.
That hits, punctures straight through the chitin and hits flesh.
Okay, so damage roll is going to be 10 force damage and 3 necrotic damage.
It shrieks in that weird insectoid way once again, clicking its mandibles as it turns its head to look directly at you. And we are, unless you have anything else you want to do.
I did action, bonus action, and I kind of just shouted at it, trying to get into my head, like, you fucking idiot. That's my shtick.
All right, so we are back up to the top with Arthur then.
Okay, so like, am I still mind fucked or?
No, you are not. However, if you are going to look at this thing, you may have to make another saving throw. You can choose not to look at it.
I don't think Arthur's figured that out yet. I don't.
All right.
He's not smart. Like, he doesn't know what's happening. He's just trying to hit the goddamn thing. Okay, wait. Actually, let me, because he's getting pissed. Let me see what I have.
Also, quick question: are Percy and Arthur similar heights?
I forget how tall I made Arthur. He's 6 foot.
How tall is Percy? I couldn't quite hear.
Like 6 foot, yeah.
All right. So I will say, because you're like, right in front of each other, I'll say that I will give you advantage if you choose to look, because you are being partially blocked from this thing by Percy.
Percy's kind of just being like, hey, where are you?
Yeah, so you can choose not to
me.
look, or you can take the advantage on the charisma saving throw.
Okay, let me see what we have here. Okay, well, we're gonna bonus action Hunter's Market. Let's do that and get that out of the way.
Did you look at it is the question. Because if you looked at it, you have to make the saving throw, and you have to make it the moment you look at it.
Wait,
can you cast Hunter's Mark without
question.
looking at it is the big question.
Technicality question. So when you look at it,
it's a creature you can see within range. Yeah, so I have.
So you do have to look at it. So make me that saving throw with advantage.
My life.
With advantage, because Percy's right there going, hey. So I'll give you advantage on it.
Hey, you're an idiot. I rolled exactly the same for both.
So like
16?
16 passes. Glittering kaleidoscope colors begin to flow back in, but Percy's right there going, hey, and it doesn't quite set in.
Sorry, burp.
Technicality question?
Yes. So like when I was looking at it, when I hit it with my magic missile, am I like, are we supposed to look at it in the eyes or its face or whatever?
I will say you don't currently know. However, I will say you did see the mandibles and nothing happened.
Right. Okay. So Percy's in front of me,
Yes.
And then the
basically it is, basically it is you, Percy, weird creature.
Okay.
So you said you were going to Hunter's Market, which you can do
Yep.
because
yeah,
you were
I'm
not
gonna do
mind
that.
fucked.
But it's inside of 5 feet, so I don't want to like because well, I'm guessing right because Percy and it are sharing the same like square, and that would be right in front of me.
Yeah, it kind of is.
Okay, so then I am going to let's get it with the sword, my weird vampiric short sword that I have not named yet, which is D6 plus Dex. Okay, and where's the thing? Here we go. All right, that's going to be a 24 to hit. Well, I guess I'll move like 5 feet, like just go around Percy and then swing.
Yes.
But yeah, that's going to be a 24 to hit.
Yes, that hits.
Okay. So that is 9 piercing.
All right.
Oh shit. Forgot about my damn cloak with that last attack.
Right. Although
Remember.
I think technically you were incapacitated because of your vision, because you looked at it.
Okay.
So it wouldn't have mattered.
That works.
But
Okay,
now
so
that
yeah,
you are
9
not
piercing.
fucked. Yeah.
Noted. Okay, 9 piercing. I'm gonna after I hit it, I'm gonna sheath my sword and then back up like 20 feet, I guess, to the side of the room, like along the wall.
All right. Is there something
And
that
then-
doesn't give it opportunity attacks, or does it?
No, I think it would get it,
Okay.
but it would be disadvantage this time because of the cloak. Yeah.
And it definitely misses because at disadvantage it got an 11. So it swipes at you, trying to grab you as you back up real quick after slicing it with your sword.
Fuck that thing.
I am so stupid.
Why?
Should have just used Arcane Eye.
I mean,
you don't know if it would have fucked you through the eye.
Right.
That's a sentence I was not expecting to say today.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
That hit me.
That's
we'll just have Jasmine bite it then.
All right. Jasmine, unless she doesn't look at it, she does need to make the saving throw.
Well, okay, so let's talk this through for like a half a second.
Okay.
How large is this creature?
a bear.
It is pretty large. It is
Okay.
very big.
So like if Jasmine was at my side, I'm going to say it this way so I don't like ruin the magic. If Jasmine was at my side, I backed up 20 feet. She's still standing there. The creature is currently engaged with Percy unless it turns to look at Lark when it fired at him. Let's say she's going for its hind quarters, like locked in. She's still making a saving throw.
If she is where she can see its eyes, then yes. If she was already on the other side of the room, then she could go for it. But otherwise, no, she can see its eyes.
Okay. All right. And that is a... God damn it. 13.
She fails. Roll a d8.
Suck my dick.
Okay.
Above game. 4.
Oof. 4. Oh, lucky. Once again, she tenses up and doesn't go anywhere.
Okay.
She is frozen to the spot, staring at this thing. So
my Jazz. My poor Jazz.
Now it is Percy's turn. This thing is directly behind you, over
Yeah.
top of you.
It sure is. So I just see Arthur go, and this thing goes, and I'm just like in the middle of all of it.
Yep.
So cool. I'm gonna cast Vampiric Touch at 4th level because I think it's right on top of me. I don't need to look at it to hit it, do I?
Go like this. Just go.
Sadly, you will have disadvantage on the attack roll. Technically, you could just stay where you are, not turn around, and just swing your hand backwards to try and hit it, but you'd have disadvantage. But you wouldn't have to make the saving throw.
True. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try that.
All right.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
First is a 17 to hit. Second is much higher, so 17.
It does not hit. You swing your hand backwards and you've miscalculated where it is. You just catch air.
Wow.
Is there anything you'd like to do?
I'm gonna move over next to Arthur.
It has used its reaction, so you can move away and it does not have the opportunity to grab you. Is there anything else that you would like to do before we move to this thing?
This
I
thing.
don't think I have any bonus actions I can do, so yeah, that'll be it.
All right. So next up is this thing. And
Miss Fine.
it is going to once again lumber over to the two of you, Arthur and Percy, because you guys have done damage to it.
Fantastic.
And you two are the easiest to get. So it is going to make a claw attack against each of you. One of them, I rolled them both at the same time like a dum-dum. So 1, 2, Arthur, 3, 4, Percy. Arthur, it gets a natural 20 as it swings at you.
Disadvantage because cloak?
Oh, right.
Yes.
It does not get a natural 20.
Oh, thank Christ.
It instead gets an 18.
Well, that still hits, but
Can I
It's
give
not a
it?
natural
so-
20.
Can I give it my
Um,
12? Important. Was it 12? Sorry, that
I
was
thought
16.
you had a 16 and an 18.
It was 16 and 18. Sorry.
So
give it my
you
16.
take 6 points of slashing damage as this thing whacks you with its claw.
I can eat that.
I stupidly, once again, no, I didn't. 19 for Percy as this thing slaps you in the back with its gigantic claw.
Shield.
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 Your shield pops up and it boof, hits the shield. And I'm going to make a quick wisdom check. Nope. It's going to make a mandible attack against you with your shield up. And it gets an unnatural 20.
That does not hit.
So you still feel this thing behind you. It's moved up, chased you, and you feel it just kind of crunch, 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 crunch against your shield, not quite hitting you. But that is the end of its turn, and we go to Rerek. I will say now that it has moved up to where Arthur and Percy are, you do see this thing's back. It is huge. Its back is fully exposed, and you do not see its eyes, so you do not need to make a saving throw.
It's the eyes. Oh God, I wish I could use Fireball right now, but no, I get Magic Missile. 3rd level. I have all the slots for my 3rd level still, so I can.
All right, sounds good. So roll the damage as
5.
you fling these magic missiles at it.
4. 3. It's not a countdown, is it? 1. 3. 4. 4, 3, 1, 3, 4. That's perfect.
All right. So yeah, you blast this thing with another volley of magic missiles. You actually see the chitinous part of its back, part of the shell actually pops up a little bit as this thing is definitely beginning to take some damage. It is dripping this strange blood, and it makes another insectoid shriek as it begins to turn around. And we are with Lark. This thing has moved up to Percy and Arthur. Are you looking at this thing?
Presumably, yes.
All right, so you'll need to make that charisma saving throw as the kaleidoscopic colors don't go away. The patterns still swirl at the edge of your vision.
19 plus 8.
You
27.
definitely make it. You resist this thing's strange mind scrambling.
Let's do. I'm gonna fly in the opposite way. I'm like ceiling hugging, so this thing can't reach me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna go 30 feet away from everybody else, and then I'm gonna just fire 2 Eldritch Blasts with my action.
All right.
19 and a 24 to hit.
Both hit. You slam this thing with 2 bolts, sending chitinous material flying, exposing part of its flesh as you just pelt it.
That's a 9 and a 5. That's 14 plus 10, 24. 24 force damage on that one, and then 3 necrotic damage from the Hex. And I'm going to quicken another Eldritch Blast.
All right, sounds good.
I just realized I forgot sneak attack and hunter's mark last time I gave you
Oh
two.
no.
I forgot both of them. Like, what am I doing?
It scrambled your mind in real life.
Yeah, definitely.
Is it a trip?
I got a 16 and a 21 to hit.
The 16 does not hit. The 21 does hit.
Okay. 11 more force damage and 4 more necrotic damage.
You slam this thing practically in the back of the head with your bolt. One goes wide a little bit, slamming into the stone wall. The other one hits it directly in the back of the head. You watch as this thing's head cracks in half as the bolt comes flying out, slamming into the wall, and this thing just stands for a moment before crumpling straight down. You watch as the glitter in its eyes just fades, and you're just left with big, black, oval eyes with no light behind them. And
I want to stab it in the face repeatedly.
You certainly can.
Don't damage its eyes. I want those. They're rather fun.
Okay, just in its mouth parts then.
Didn't you all notice that every time you looked at it, it tried to fuck with your heads?
Oh, I didn't get that.
What?
Yeah, I didn't look at it.
Oh,
Never
well,
happened to
that's
me.
probably why Arthur was useless for half of that fight, and
Yeah,
also
well, that's why
attacked
I
his own
did.
cat.
All right, I'm gonna grab the eye.
Well, it's dead now, so there's no need to be shitty.
I'm gonna grab the eye. Put it in my
Would like-
bag. I'm gonna put one.
I mean-
They don't quite come out very easily, so I would say you need to make probably a medicine check to get the eye out.
Medicine check.
Sounds like it's my job then.
Okay, please.
You know, medical is in surgery.
Use your scalpel.
Yeah, perform the autopsy here. Oh, doctor.
A 26.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd
and-
say you can pop out the 2 big eyes are the easiest. You can just pop those out if you want. There are 2 more smaller eyes up above if you'd like to get those as well. Roll me another medicine check.
And if you could not get Icar on my boots, that'd be great.
You say it has Icar?
21.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whatever
They
that
both
goop
come out.
is.
So you now have 4 eyes of whatever this creature is. You don't know what it is.
Yeah. We've collected it, but I don't know what to do with it.
Well, I mean, the smith back in town makes cloaks and whips and who knows what else with monster parts. These could be rather fun.
True. Very, very true.
I'm also gonna take a second to patch myself up with the healer's kit. I'm covered 8 health.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, when I kill him, just on the safe side, I'm just gonna move my hex. I have to move it onto a living being nearby.
Yes.
I will end you.
What? I don't even know if you'd notice if I moved the hex to you anyway. That's the thing.
Possibly not.
Okay, Mr. Evil.
I'm gonna move the hex over to Jasmine just in case she gets downed.
I fucking knew it.
I mean, you already almost killed your own cat once, so
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Okay, so what
Alright.
does this mean?
she's gonna have disadvantage on strength checks as long as she's hexed.
Not attacks, just the
Um,
ability. So like just athletics.
Okay.
In this way,
So-
from the middle of the fight, I mean, admittedly, I'll probably just cast another concentration spell between now and then, but you never know.
Mhm. Sneaky, sneaky fairies.
Go ahead and use the healer's kit on Jasmine as well.
All right.
Yeah,
recover.
that'll.
She can get 8 health.
Okay, that works. She's back up full. Thank you, good sir.
So in front of you, you do have the busted open door to the cellars, as well as a strange tunnel that seems to lead on and on and on off into the dark.
Okay, I need a minute. Arthur's probably like pretty exhausted from like having his brain fucked with, so he's just gonna like slump for a second, just like slide down the wall and squat.
You want a potion?
Percy kneels down and starts doing healer's kit on you.
I have a potion if you want to use it.
You can also get 8 health. I rolled 4
Wait,
3
how many-
times for all of those.
Ooh.
rolls.
Okay, I'll take it. Yeah, that works. Oh, much better. Thank you. Okay, just a second. And
Wait,
what
did you
are
take
we
my-
doing?
Did you take my potion? What are we doing?
No, he used the healer's kit.
Oh, never mind then.
Yeah, save your thing.
I only have 3 left.
Yeah, I think I have a few too, actually.
I also have some. I don't think we've used any of mine that I've bought. So
Oh fuck, I have 7 actually.
I used one.
Yeah, you guys basically bought Martin Tops out of potions.
Yeah, we did.
yeah, I've got like 6 of them right now still. So
I
Okay.
used one of mine, and then we had to like long
Oh
like,
yeah, we did
Oh,
long
yeah.
rest anyway.
that was so stupid.
No, is what it is. Okay, I'm up.
are any
I'm
of you
fine.
familiar
I'll be
with
okay.
what this thing is?
If
By the
anyone would
way-
like to make a nature check, you may.
Can
I
I?
mean,
I'll give
Why
somebody
not?
a help action.
Wait, nature. I don't have
yeah.
that much.
Leave a
Bonus.
+2 to nature.
I'll nature check. You want to do help?
Sure, I'll give you help.
Okay. Let's roll that again. 15?
You don't quite know. You've heard of strange things underground. That there's a lot of burrowing creatures that live underground, particularly in places like the Underdark, that might have the power to do strange things to your head, make you forget things. This might be
Okay.
one of them. There's a lot of them.
It's fucking gross, is what it is. That's Arthur's only response.
Yeah, so you've said there's like a big thing down there and the rest of the cushion stand. Is this the move right now?
Should we
I
shove
mean-
something in there?
I don't have any particular desire to get any closer to that fake thing down there.
If this thing was related to that thing, wouldn't Arthur have sensed it before when he did his EBG
Yeah,
check?
it's not aberrant.
Oh,
whatever this was.
it's not undead.
Mm-mm. Nope. It's just I'm assuming some kind of beast. I mean, we can we can explore other parts of the house if we want, but
You do still have the whole 3rd floor and most of the 2nd floor to explore.
I mean, maybe we should see if there's any more of these down there.
This hole is the only way to move forward in this path, right, Spencer?
There is the cellars, and you're unsure of if the cellars lead other places, but there is the tunnel.
Didn't you say we still have a floor that we haven't?
You still have
Yes,
the
we
3rd
haven't
floor
done
and
3rd
most
floor.
of the 2nd floor.
Why don't we check the cellar? And then
Okay,
say that's
your
as far as
house.
we'll go.
Fingers crossed there's some wine down there.
Yeah, or more of those insect headed.
Thaumaturgy, the door open.
The door is actually basically already open. It was the sliding doors, but one of the doors has been knocked off of the track because the tunnel just so happened to come up right on and intersect the door. So it's kind of this weird double entrance where there's a good space where you could either go down the tunnel or go down the cellar, but anyway. So yeah, you do go into the cellar. There's a lot of basically dust, cobwebs, really old fruits, vegetables, meat that have rotted away or have dried up, evidence of food having been there. And there's a couple of rooms of this.
Why does it always stink when we open up a door?
Every time.
Okay.
But it could be.
There are about 3 rooms. The first one you come into, the second one, which is long, which presumably held meats, but the meats have rotted away or have dried up so much that it's
Jerky.
basically really old, nasty jerky.
Gross.
And then the final room is at the end of this sort of long hallway. And you do see it does have quite a bit of wine in it. However, as you pull the bottles of wine out and look at them, they are the same ones as in the vineyard.
God damn it.
However, in the center of the room is a oddly large trap door that does not seem to be locked.
Ooh, interesting.
Well, that looks promising. Yeah. So, who wants to go first?
I thaumaturgy it open.
It does fly open. There is tons of dust and it stinks like dead corpses.
I just sort of like light up my cane again, sort of stick it down there and see what I see.
It is a good about maybe 20-foot drop onto just a floor covered in what looks like just bones.
What the fuck are we looking for?
Just bones everywhere.
Yeah, I'll
It is a
pick up
carpet of
wine bottle
bones.
and make that light, and then I'll just drop it down so we can see the bottom.
Do we know if it's human bones or bat?
It is human bones.
Okay, Percy, do your thing with the dead.
I'm not going down there. That looks awful.
Bless the
Yeah, it's
dead
just a
or
sea of bones.
So why exactly is it normal on the material plane to have a cache of human remains in your food supply?
Oh,
Like, from all of our interactions, I would assume no.
no.
I don't think cannibalism is quite viewed favorably on this plane.
Nah, so
Generally not.
No.
Percy, why does your family have a cache of human remains down there?
Lark, you could ask me why my family has so many things in this house, and I could not give you a straightforward answer about any of them.
Oh my god.
I kind of want to see what's up down there.
I mean, you can fly, so
Yeah. Be my guest.
So I'm gonna
Percy
like
will start taking out some prayer beads and some holy water.
I'm gonna fly, but like when I get past the rim of the hole.
okay.
take a moment to look around where no one else can see and see like what's up.
It appears to be what could be termed an aquifer of some kind, or was before it was just, the ground is just blanketed in bones as far as the eye can see. And this is a pretty big room with a variety of different columns coming down from the ceiling supporting this thing, as well as some archways that look like they lead off to different chambers that have gone dark. But there's just bones as far as the eye can see covering the floor. And it's not just, oh, it's one layer. This is presumably, as you look, the bottle that Percy dropped has sank into the bones a little bit. You would probably estimate if you were human-sized friends were walking around down here, they'd be possibly mid-shin deep in bones.
Ooh.
Okay. Lovely.
And there's more chambers to this than I can see with my 120 feet of perfect dark vision.
Yes, there are more chambers.
There's a veritable sea of corpses down here.
Wonderful. Why would there not be?
Like, I could dive into these right now.
Are
Please
there
don't.
any like non-organic stuff? Probably like jewelry, clothes, whatever.
You do not see any from your vantage point.
I'll ask him. I'll ask Lark then that question.
Yeah, can I like, I guess, investigate and see if I find any sort of clothing or identifying scraps of things in these layers of bones and stuff?
Sure. Give me an investigation check as you fly down into this veritable sea of bones.
I got a 12.
You're looking through, no, there's just skulls and ribs and finger bones and teeth. There is no jewelry. There is no cloth that you can see or find.
Awesome sauce. Moving on.
This is almost more dead bodies than we saw in the Shadowfell. They keep going and going, and Percy, your family's, they were a bunch of monsters.
They nasty.
I feel as though we've established that.
Oh, but I didn't have an appreciation for it back then.
Reinforcing it even further, I think.
Yeah, why do you sound so excited about this?
I'm not excited about it. I'm just
Tickled?
entertained.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you have anything useful to share, or just your sheer delight?
I'll fly back up towards the entryway of the hole and just be like, I mean, there's more chambers down here, but I'm not feeling up to flying in there and by myself necessarily. Who knows what caused all of these corpses in the first place, if it's up there or down here.
How far is it to the bottom?
It's about a 20-foot drop.
Yeah, I'll jump it. You want me to make the acrobatics check?
Yes.
Hey.
Arthur, what are you?
Going in. 28.
All right. So you don't take any damage as you hit the bottom. You definitely hit a lot of bones, and you realize the light source has moved. And you look around the room for a second, and you see this weird, about probably 60 feet away. This room is very, very big. This weird, bald, naked man holding the wine bottle that stares back at you for a moment. And then its mouth unhinges as it gives this sort of weird hyena laugh, and the super long tongue back into its mouth before it scampers off into the darkness.
Okay, well, that was disgusting.
How
Jazz?
did I not notice that when I was down here?
You didn't notice it. It was pretty stealthy.
Apparently. I guess I'll
Didn't
give
be
like
like-
a whistle and see if I can call Jazz down here too. She'll jump.
Yeah, she jumps in. She's
But
used to
What
doing
happened
this.
to not going further than the cellar?
You see
Is that what we
anything?
said? Yeah, just this weird humanoid gross fleshy thing with a sloppy tongue that kind of ran away.
Oh, cool. So I jump in there too.
Oh my god.
At this point, you would hear somewhere distantly echoing are multiple of these strange hyena laughs.
Oh, I regret my decision.
You guys getting that up there?
I'm already in there.
Do we hear it up there?
Yes, you definitely hear it. Not as
Yeah.
well as those two, but you definitely hear it.
Maybe you should find a way back up here.
Yeah, I can fly. How about you guys?
There might be wine down here though.
Well, there
I
is.
highly
It's just a
doubt
weird
it.
thing took it.
Maybe. What was it doing?
I
I mean-
just being gross. That's it.
It stole Percy's light wine. Apparently, it wanted the blood wine, and then it scampered off quite agilely too.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm gonna toss these really fast. Just 2 seconds.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I'll head off in the direction that the thingy went.
Why?
Well, do you want to know or just leave it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go find out. What's up?
Fine. Okay, fine. And I'm just gonna. I have flying shoes, so I'm just gonna flutter down.
Yeah.
And everybody
Wait,
can fly, but
How high was it? This thing?
20
I
feet.
know. I
It's a
jumped
20-foot
in.
drop.
I jumped in. Should I be fine?
You should probably make an acrobatics check just to see if you take any damage.
I have like +2 acrobatics. Total 9.
Okay.
Wait, do I still have my? That's not for that, right?
You still
You
have
have-
your portents and you can
Need
use them.
importance.
I'll use 18.
All right, then yeah, you make it down here just fine. And then the rest of you can fly, so you all drift down.
I
mean, I can
am
still
gonna
fly. I'm
do a
just
lark
saving it.
and not touch the ground. I don't want to touch
Just
the spot.
floating. There is definitely enough room. The archways are also about 20 feet. And yeah, off in every direction, there are more of these identical rooms. You can't quite tell if the floor is covered in bones, but there is quite a lot of bones in this room.
Can I use? Fuck. Oh, shit. Okay, never mind.
Okay, so creepy tongue hyena guy went that away.
Wow.
I feel as though we should just rely on our ability to see in the dark, pointing it out that he was drawn to the wine bottle either from the light or the blood. If it was the light, that'll spare us a bit of time. If it was the blood,
Not so
Arthur, you're
much.
probably the easiest prey because you're not in the air.
You see? I'm
Also,
sorry.
Rerek.
Mm. Well, thanks for pointing that out.
How you're like shin knee deep in that.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
Yep. So guess I'm gonna start waiting.
Yep, you start moving through these bones. They are thick enough that you can somewhat walk on the surface a little bit, but there are parts where your foot just goes straight through because these bones are so brittle and so old.
Hmm.
So it's an awkward kind of, it's almost like walking with one shoe off, kind of
Although
lopsided every once in a
my
while.
natural explorer lets me ignore difficult terrain.
Yes. So you can just jog on top of these bones, wading ever so lightly.
I thought that only worked in your favored terrain, though.
Nope.
Not for the UA Ranger, because we're
Just
using the
ignores
UA
difficult
Ranger.
Hmm. Yep, just ignores. It's actually for the whole group. So like, if you want to walk, that's fine.
Oh, cool. I don't.
It's not ignores difficult terrain. It doesn't slow our travel. So like in combat, it still is applicable.
Yeah. So you guys are still having
saying
that.
prayers the entire time I'm floating above all these.
Yeah, as you get further away from this room, the bones seem to significantly lessen. There are large patches of dirt that these bones are kind of lying on top of until in one of the other rooms, there's just no bones. It seems to be almost all congregated underneath of the sort of hole. And you do manage to find your way over to this one room where, how long does the light cantrip last?
An hour.
An hour. Oh, that's interesting. You do at one point see the glow of Percy's bottle, and these things are around it, very similar. The strange naked men standing around it with their horrible claws. One of them is bigger than the other, and as you get closer, you definitely smell rotting corpse, and it's coming off of that thing, the big one. And they're all staring
at the grave just to see if they're undead.
They are undead.
Cool.
How many of them are there?
There are 3 little ones and 1 big one.
Oh,
I'm marking the big one.
All right.
Does it look like they're like talking, or is it more of just like an animalistic, like?
They're more animalistic. Actually, if you would like to make a religion or arcana check, you may. And anyone else who would like to.
Oh, I didn't know. That's like
Nope.
25 religion.
I'll do it. Arcana.
A what? 25 religion?
5.
Mine is 14.
Oh, right. 23 religion.
Okay. So yeah, actually, both of you, because this is kind of common knowledge, the undead are not exactly the most mysterious things in the universe. The smaller ones are most likely ghouls. They are undead that like to gnaw on bones, and they oftentimes are found in graveyards. The bigger one is a ghast. They are more intelligent, and they have a funny effect on the other ghouls where it makes them slightly harder to kill, particularly those who have holy powers. They seem to be somewhat resistant to the destruction that gods tend to bring down upon them.
Yeah, I think Percy might just. I'll start off if you don't mind.
So we can kill them now?
Yeah, I was gonna say, if we sneak up on them, can we like just attack them while they're preoccupied?
Yes, you
They haven't
can.
noticed us, right?
Yeah, they seem to be making all kinds of weird cackly hyena noises, tapping on this wine bottle with their claws. They don't seem to notice you, strangely, even though you're clunking through the bones.
So I'm gonna whisper to Percy and be like, so which ones do we try to kill first? The big one or the little ones?
You guys can.
I want the big one.
The big one, because it has an effect on the little things.
Yeah.
I call dibs.
So yeah,
What? I saw it first.
we can get as close as we can, and I think the first time in this campaign cast Turn Undead.
Oh, yes, and I think you are at a level in which it will destroy certain undead of a CR something or
level
lower.
8, so it's CR1 and lower will be instantly destroyed.
All right.
How far are we from these things? Exactly.
Well, Percy's moving closer so that he can turn undead.
I am not.
I have to be within 30 feet.
So I would say by the time you kind of formulate this plan, you are about 60 feet away. So you just let Percy walk up and boom, pull out your symbol of Saint Hypatia and blast them as this holy light erupts out from you. The ghouls turn and they shriek, and they all have to make saving throws. What kind of saving throw is it?
Power of Christ compels you. That's what he does.
I mean, yeah, basically.
A wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom.
It's just my spell save. Right?
Yeah, it's your spell save.
16.
16, you said?
I think that's right.
Did you add the bonus from your thing?
Which thing?
Oh, your amulet.
So my spell save DC is 8 plus your
Proficiency
spellcasting
bonus
modifier
plus
your
spellcasting bonus.
bonus.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's 8. So that's 12 plus 3. Yeah, so that's 16. Except a plus 1.
Okay,
So 16.
so the first one does succeed. The second one
Ooh.
succeeds.
Damn it.
The third one is destroyed.
Sweet.
The light burns through it and it just blows away. And the big one, it also succeeds. I rolled legitimately 2 natural 20s. And because of the ghast, they have advantage on the turn. So one of them is entirely destroyed. The other two, however, are not. And the ghast is not. And they shriek. And they begin to bound towards you. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
Rolling.
8 for Percy.
20.
Percy?
Fuck. Let me do that again. I'm sorry. 11.
One moment. I wasn't expecting this. Sorry. And... Okay, so who got what?
I got a 20.
Arthur got a 20.
I got 11.
Rerek got an 11. Percy and Lark? 8 for Percy.
6.
6 for Lark. All right.
Suck at initiative tonight.
Yeah, apparently. What is up?
All right. So surprisingly, first up is one of the tiny little ghouls that charges up to you, Percy. And tries to swipe at you with its claws, but it hits your armor and doesn't quite make it as it makes another shriek and its tongue back into its mouth.
Yeah.
And that is it for its turn.
Ew.
It cannot do very much. So next up, we have Arthur.
Fucking gross. Okay, well, big shocker. Fire my bow. Oh, actually, let me check spells because I already marked it outside of combat.
Yes.
So let's do the I don't know what I'm saying. Let's see this, that. Yeah, let's do this. The ghast and the other ghoul are still like near each other. Yeah.
Yes, they are still right next to each other.
Okay, so let's do Dragon Wing Bow plus Hail of Thorns. Plus Hunter's Mark plus Sneak Attack plus fucking other plus. Just give me a second. I got a lot of math. I got a lot of math. Let's roll first, and that'll be a 20. That definitely hits. That's a 28. I haven't even.
Oh yeah, that hits. These things are not hard to hit. They're weird naked men. Weird naked men are not that hard to hit.
I'm just gonna leave it. Okay, so that's that. Okay, 14 plus that 6 fire plus d6 sneak attack plus. Oh, okay. I need a dex save for both of them.
One rolled a natural 1, so that one definitely failed. The other rolled a 3, so that one failed.
Okay. So plus d10 pierce, and then I think an additional something because they're undead. An additional +4. Okay.
Yeah, because your favorite enemy. Right.
Okay. So the ghast is gonna take 14 plus 13, 27, 31 points of damage total, unless you need separate damage types. It's only fire and piercing.
No,
Okay.
I do not
so
need separate.
31 total for that one.
Ooh.
And 9 piercing for the ghoul.
All right.
I think I got all of it. Yeah, Hunter's Mark, sneak attack. Nope, I missed a d6. Hang on.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Plus another 5.
For the ghast?
For the ghast. So total of 36.
All right. So you fire your bow. You strike the ghast directly in the chest. Flames wreath around it as it literally inflates a little and just pops like a balloon, spraying blood and giblets and pus everywhere as thorns fly out and slash up the ghoul next to it as it shrieks. You have completely eliminated the ghast in one shot. The other ghoul is
right.
covered. It has its arms up, but it's the backside of its arms are covered in the thorns that exploded out from it, and it is bleeding and shrieking.
Yummo.
So next up is Jasmine. Yes.
Yes. So she only has 50 feet of movement speed, so we're going to have her pounce the one who tried to attack Percy. So we'll do that, and then let's do my d20. And she rolled a 1. So
As she pounces towards it, it sees her, and very quickly it shoves her to the ground where she lands on both of her feet right next to it, growling and snarling, not having hit it.
Yep.
So next up
it.
is Rerek. You have the ghoul that's in the back of the room that is covered in thorns, and the ghoul that is right up in front of Percy with Jasmine next to it.
Okay. Let's fuck up the one in the back. Hello? Oh, yeah. Let us throw another magic missile on that bitch.
The one that's attacking Percy or the one in the back of the room? I didn't quite hear.
The one in the back of the room. We can do second level slot or magic missile. So it's 4.
All right.
Let's do this again. 4. Whoop. 1. 2. 2.
All right. And is that with the plus ones?
Yeah, I did second level.
Oh, but each one gets a +1 because it's 1d4 + 1 for each dart.
Okay. Sorry. What does that mean?
So when you cast it, each bolt that you hit, it does 1d4 + 1 damage.
I haven't put the +1.
Okay. So that would be 4. Okay. Well, that's fine because you eliminate this thing as well. You hit it with the bolts. It goes flying backwards onto the floor, screeching and twitching until it finally rests dead. And now we have Percy. There's still one ghoul left in front of you. It has not been touched, but it is shrieking and swinging its tongue very weirdly in your general direction.
Oh my god.
General direction.
Yeah, I guess I'll just cast Turn Undead again.
All right. It does not have its ghast to protect it. It rolled a natural 1. It explodes as this blast of light comes out again, filling the chamber with its holy energy, and the gas just disintegrates. And you are now out of initiative.
Good job, boys.
Fucking foul creatures.
The wine bottle is still laying on the ground, glowing where it was dropped when you all attacked these things, but otherwise you are out of combat. There's only one corpse. The rest of them have either exploded or turned to ash.
I would like to fire several arrows into the corpse.
Ooh.
The force at which you're firing the arrows definitely causes it to jolt a little bit, but it does not move.
Can
Yeah,
someone
I'm
call
fine
his
with that.
ass?
I just wanted the satisfaction.
Hmm.
I really don't like undead.
Okay.
That's all that's down here.
Is that all?
Yeah. No. Nope. No more.
Is there a way to continue this direction, or just the end of the road here?
It seems to be the corner.
Do we see anything here? Can we do investigation?
There
I
seems to
mean-
be nothing but columns and the dirt floor.
Arthur's like probably at this point, like finally having had a battle with undead that we haven't had in a little bit, like just kind of vibrating, like ready to fucking go.
Let's go.
Right. Well, now
Yeah,
we
pretty
find
much.
a way to get. out
Okay,
from
let's
here.
go somewhere else. There's
Total
second.
Super Saiyan.
Let's go second floor.
Yeah.
And still no wine.
Yeah.
I mean, there's wine right there.
No.
I'm gonna
Besides,
check
that
mine
thing
out.
like licked all over it.
Oh, well, we
Yeah,
can
there's this
clean it.
weird cloudy smear
I can
all
clean
over
it.
the bottle. It's slightly slippery.
Can
No.
I like
Mm-mm.
prestidigitation that bitch or something?
It's still blood wine. We don't want it.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna pass.
Your family bottled blood wine and just
Stop
has.
asking me these things as if I know the answer, Lark.
Hmm.
Okay, but important question is who's helping me get out of here?
Yeah, I
can
can.
try to carry you.
Three of us can
Maybe
try
with
to
some help.
carry them both, right?
I mean, I've got a rope and a piton, whatever, however you
Pitten,
say that.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you
guess
could
we
do
can
what you
fly
guys
your
did with the
rope up.
painting and to pull him out of the painting that you so long ago did.
What did we do?
I just threw a rope down to him.
Right. Okay.
And you guys
let's
then
just-
pulled him back up.
we'll get over there. I'll take one end of the rope and fly it up and tag team pull you up.
Yeah.
Or I guess,
Okay,
I mean, Rerek can only fly if he casts the spell slot. So
right.
maybe we save that.
Okay.
Okay, so you and Lark are gonna try to pull up both me and Jasmine.
Well, I will still need to get up there, so I will use a slot for myself.
Okay.
All right,
Unless you
well,
wanna
somebody
pull
start
me-
pulling is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, there's gonna be three of us that's gonna pull you. So
Okay.
Yeah, and I will say even though Lark doesn't have the greatest of strength, with three of you guys, you should be able to kind of pull and manage to get Arthur and Jasmine up out of this trap door.
Okay. All right. So, what are we killing now?
Door number 2.
Yeah.
There's no other door except back from where you came through that small dining room.
So, well, we do. So we went to the cellar.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't do the cave situation.
No.
Are we leaving that?
Cave.
Should we not?
I
The
mean,
It's like that's where the big thing is, right?
maybe. I mean, it's down there. It's real down there.
Well, who's to say it's not down there if we had kept going through the body pit? Because we didn't go all the way through the body pit in all the different directions.
We did not.
We know that there's a giant aberration subterranean to the house somewhere.
Yep.
Every time we go down, we're risking it anyway. I just wanted to see what.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. It's not really somewhere under the house. It's everywhere under the house. It's the size of a damn city.
Fair.
No, I vote not down. I vote we go up, but I guess we can.
We
all
could see
cast
if
our
there's.
votes.
If we don't go down now, we could see if anything else comes up while we're away.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Why not?
So Lark's just gonna like snap his fingers as he casts Mold Earth to start closing the hole up. And there's just like
Oh.
little flickers of like dark sparkles around the earth as he does it a few times to just seal the hole real quick.
You could
Yeah.
have done that the whole time. You just let us sit here and debate like idiots.
I was just seeing if anybody was going to be dumb enough to go climbing in the hole.
Well,
I was totally not thinking about that.
I'm just gonna walk away now.
Yeah. I just want to cover and like, because I'm assuming that thing burrowed, it was a bunch of loose earth, right?
Yeah, there was the stone from like the wall, but there is a lot of loose earth. It hasn't quite gotten to the nothing but stone phase yet.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm just gonna earth bend it all back into place using Mold Earth.
All right, you can certainly do that. The stones haven't really moved all that much. You might be able to earth surf them over. But most of the dirt is back where it belongs, and presumably some of the stones have been moved in that direction as well.
What time are we at here? I feel like we've been walking all day.
I think at this point it would probably be somewhere to like close to maybe 4 or 5 in the afternoon.
Okay.
Well, I mean, if it ever gets too late for you, we can always go crash in the library again. Goodness knows that devil just loves our company.
And he'll do
Yeah,
whatever we ask.
What was his name? Tet. Nope, I got nothing.
Wait, what was his name? I can't remember.
I don't remember.
Something Tet.
Nope, that was the female mummy in the Egyptian room. His
Yeah,
name is Zarloth.
Zarloth. Yes.
Zarloth.
I knew. I was thinking Toth. Like I was remembering that. That's where my brain was going. Okay. All right. Yeah. I guess should we like finish up the second floor and like presumably massacre a bunch of shit that's already dead?
Oh,
We're not dead. Cursed, haunted, whatever else it could be. You could go check out the playroom that Percy's ancestors had for their horrible abomination.
No. Mm-mm.
I mean, we have to sooner or later.
No, we don't. We really don't.
It's just some dolls, darling, and maybe they move.
Yep.
I can always burn them.
Okay, for once,
so
I
let's
might
go
let you.
upstairs.
Okay.
So yes, you do head upstairs, presumably while you are discussing whether or not you want to go into the creepy doll room.
Which again, no.
Looking around, you do have the playroom. The doors to all these places are relatively open, so you can kind of just look in and get, oh, that's what it is. So you have the playroom. You have a music room that has a bunch of instruments in it, pianos, harps, sheet music, various other instruments up on the wall. You have what appears to be a studio of some kind with paintings on easels, paintings on the wall, various sculptures, what look like dried out clay, all kinds of tools. You also have what appears to be some kind of hunting trophy room. There's lots of fern-like plants that have been put in here that have withered and died. There are taxidermied animal heads all over the wall. There are some what look to be Zanzibanian tribal masks on the wall as well. And weirdly, a big rock that has been hung on the wall with cave paintings on it of various animals as well as handprints. And I believe that is everything left on the second floor that you have not explored.
I mean, the trophy room sounds kind of neat.
Yeah.
Arthur used to be a hunter, so like, okay.
Oh, did we get all 3 phylacteries? By the way,
No, you only got 2.
Damn.
You got Unktamoon, the weird from Akhenatet, And you got St. Peleus from the chapel, but you do not know where the third one is.
Yep.
Well, the trophy room's a good enough city to look.
All right.
Cool.
Let's do that.
Yeah, as you head into the trophy room, it is what it appears from the outside. It is a trophy room where there's a bunch of animal heads hanging on the wall. Flipping to the place in my notes with all of that stuff. You do also notice in one corner, there is a standing drum that is just sitting there. It's totally out of place in the rest of the room. It appears to be painted similar to the Zanzibanian masks, but it is the only one like it in the room, and there are no other instruments.
Oh, so that is an instrument. I was going to ask if it was like a drum of wine or something.
It's like a standing drum. Like it's probably it's on a sort of metal stand, and it's probably about 3 feet tall.
Oh, I'm going to play it.
Okay.
But let me identify it first.
You can certainly identify it. It does seem to be a magical spirit drum, but that's all you get from it. It's just a drum that spirits react to.
Okay. This thing is a magical spirit drum, and I wonder what happens if I beat it.
I don't. I do not wonder. I don't wonder at all. God damn it.
I'm gonna beat it.
Yeah, we know.
As you kind of begin to play the drum, the air does change as the animal heads kind of begin to move in rhythm.
Oh my god.
with the drumming. You then notice the wolf's head growls and a handprint lights up for just a moment on the stone before fading. And then next, the elk gives a call and a similar handprint lights up on the stone. A very large and very strange looking fish that's been hung up on the wall flops for a moment. Then on the desk, there are a few lizards that have been taxidermied, and a 6-legged salamander wiggles. Then an eagle flaps its wings and cries. A strange looking cat that you've never seen before with very long teeth roars. A buffalo then kind of shakes its head and snorts. A bear sweeps its paw and roars. And surprisingly, there is a very hairy elephant head that lifts its trunk and gives a trumpet and then lays its trunk down, and then all the animals stop moving.
Wow,
Okay.
that was fun.
You also notice that with each one of the animals, a different handprint lit up. And as you look at the stone, you realize all of those animals are painted in a scene along with hunters running back and forth with spears and bows on this cave painting.
Okay, well, that was a lot less murdery than I thought it was going to be. Grateful for that.
So what would happen if we touch the stone with the handprints?
I'm guessing you're going to find out.
Yes. Let's find out what happens if I touch the handprints.
So what handprint are you touching first?
Eagle.
You touch the eagle one, the handprint lights up for a moment and then fades.
And what else hitting?
What happened?
Was that fun for you?
Yeah. I don't feel anything.
Maybe you should try touching them in the order that they showed up.
Okay. I have them written down. Can I do that? I will do that.
All right, tell me the order in which you touch them.
Wolf,
Mhm.
elk, large fish, six-legged salamander, eagle, saber-tooth, buffalo, bear, and mastodon.
Yes, as you touch them and you touch them in the correct order, the handprints seem to glow and remain glowing, unlike when you touch the eagle one. And after you've touched all of them, you hear a great rumbling of the stone, and then just a big starry portal appears.
More portal.
Well, son of a bitch.
I
really
never
didn't think
thought
that
your
was gonna
family
do
just
anything.
dabbled in casual necromancy for entertainment's sake. That would be a little more normal than this.
Haha.
So is this the next phylactery? Is it a huntsman?
I'm guessing it's gonna be in there.
Have we figured out who the last lich is?
Yes, it is Cull the Shaman.
This feels on the correct vibe for that.
This feels shamany.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah, because
The
you did
cultural-
Onctamoon, the pharaoh. You had Saint Peleus, the fallen saint, and now you have the shaman Cull.
Yeah, the cultural clues are amazing.
So I'm assuming you
Okay,
guys enter the
so-
portal.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Let us go.
Why not?
Let us proceed.
You enter this starry portal, and once again, you feel that sort of pull where you're yanked forward all of a sudden, but this time you don't appear in a place that seems to be a convenient gateway, such as a cave or a pathway through the woods. You just appear in the middle of a giant field.
Ooh.
Oh.
It is a giant field with patches of snow all over it. It is cold. You can see your breath. You see these trees off in the distance, as well as mountains, and it is a crystal clear blue sky. On top of that, you see a couple of very large rocks, one of which, very close to you, has a very large cat on it with the strange tusks coming out of it. And off to one side, you see a herd of what look like those hairy elephants walking across the plain. You have definitely arrived somewhere else.
Ew.
Okay. So, for shits and gigs, keen smell? Like, yeah, that's what I'm.
Yeah, trying to figure out what direction to go.
All right, give me a keen smell.
12. It's kind of poop.
There is a strong, overwhelming odor of various animals coming from all directions, but there is a very ever so slightly faint wafting of cooked meat.
Okay. So I'll share. Besides, the hairy elephant creatures, Jasmine smells meat cooking.
Well, should we
Promising.
skip
Jasmine, lead the way.
Before we leave, if there's no marker to indicate how to get out of here like the last two, perhaps something that Jasmine's nose or our eyes can trace a little bit easier to find the exit.
Mm,
Why don't you just mold a bunch of earth to make like a sign for us?
That's smart.
Okay, I'll use mold earth to make a little like mound, a cairn mound or something.
Mm-hmm.
And then on the top of it, I'm just going to plant a seed and use Druidcraft to make a single flower grow out of it.
Yeah, you can
Be
do
like-
that. It'll take you several castings to kind of get it all balanced and straight up, but you can definitely do it.
And I'm just going to waft the perfume of that thistle-like flower that we're all so familiar with at this point.
yeah.
Yep.
You're like, she should be able to track this quite easily from a distance at this point, shouldn't she?
Yeah, she'll be fine.
From a
Thanks.
distance.
Yeah, no, that works. That was wise. Okay. So to the cooking meat, because like I could eat.
All right.
Sure.
Jasmine didn't get an exact direction, but she did get a vague direction, and it is off towards the mountain. As you begin to walk across this landscape, you do see more of these creatures, seemingly just around. You definitely see more wolves and larger elk. There are definitely eagles in the trees. It seems that this has a lot more life in it than the other realms seem to have. And you make it to the edge of what looks like a village of some kind. All of the houses seem to be made out of what look like some kind of hide stretched across sticks and bones. The people that are walking around in this village have tattoos on them and wear lots of fur and animal bones. And in the center of this village, rising out of the ground, is a singular rock with tons of what look like cave paintings on it, and string that comes from the top, hanging what look like some sort of pennant flag of some kind, made from, you're not quite sure what. They aren't very colorful, but it's definitely some kind of central hub of some kind. And beneath it is a very large dome. But there seems to be a lot of people wandering around.
Okay. Does anybody want to talk to the people about the thing?
So figure out what they speak.
Oh yeah, good point.
How do we do that? Like, hey, y'all, what up?
Yeah, I guess we'll walk in.
Yeah, just walk in and be like,
see if we speak the
"Excuse
same
me,
language.
perdón."
Yeah, as you walk into this village, people definitely notice you are not wearing the same clothes. And you also notice that almost every single one of them, in fact, every single one of them, is human. They definitely begin to take notice of the non-humans of your group. There is whispering and murmuring as they point, and they just seem to back away from you, not necessarily in fear, but just in a let's see what the weird people do kind of way.
Pardon, is there someone in charge we could talk to? We don't mean that much harm, honestly. I'm just gonna try to like
That much.
sweeten up the crowd a little bit, and
There-
just like I'm turning on the full on like Lark's sickening level of charm that he can throw out at a moment's notice when it suits him. So I'm just can I try to persuade them if they understand me to get somebody to talk?
They do seem to understand, and there is one woman who is close to the group. She is holding a basket, a very flat basket full of berries of some kind. And she kind of steps forward a little bit and she goes, "Are you spirit? If you are spirit, speak with Uma." And she points towards the rock with the tent.
Okay.
Is this Uma your leader of sorts?
Yes, Uma is voice of the mammoth.
Wonderful.
They sound like they'd be very helpful. Thank you.
What's a mammoth?
It's
I
those
have the
elephant
faintest
things.
idea.
It's. Do I know what it is?
Give me just a Just a straight intelligence check, let's just say.
11. Oh, wait, hold on. Sorry. Plus 10.
What's 10?
Plus
doing
10.
that?
It's probably not a plus
Am I
10.
doing that right? No, I'm looking at the wrong thing.
Your
I was
Yeah,
just looking for an
intelligence
intelligence. You can add nature if you'd like.
Plus 3. It's 14.
Okay, yeah, you've definitely heard that there were things called mammoths, which looked like hairy elephants that walked around a very long time ago, but they were kind of hunted to extinction. There are a few animals like that, and in fact, with that role and how much time you spend in the library, there are a few creatures that are here that have definitely not been around on the regular plane that you come from for quite some time. But yes, you know what a mammoth is.
It's those hairy, big elephants. Those are the mammoths.
Oh, okay. So this
Let's
Uma
gonna
person
go
speaks for them.
Talk to Uma.
And they all kind of nod as you begin to walk towards this tent, presumably.
Okay.
Yep.
Get into it.
Yeah, what's up with Uma's tent?
You push aside the flap to the tent, and inside it appears to be some sort of space of worship. There are tons of very sort of primitive candles that look like they were molded by hand around sort of reeds to burn, as well as a sort of stone fire pit that was built. There's definitely lots of bone charms around made from various bones. And at the back is what appears to be a mammoth skull, sitting, painted, decorated, covered in flowers and ornamental jewelry of some kind. And at the very back, you see the base of the stone, of which you see has been painted. There are 4 figures at the bottom, one of which holds a staff.
God damn it.
One of which holds a sort of wand of sorts with a feather, one which holds a bow, and then one which is not holding anything at all. And there are smaller figures following them. Above that appears another feminine figure holding a staff, wearing a crown with a cloak, with a hand up towards what appears to be a very sort of wiggly spiral with thorns on it, a very familiar symbol that appears above her hand. And then beyond that is just the night sky filled with eye-shaped things of some kind. You also notice...
Similar to Tharizdun thing?
Yes, it is the symbol of Tharizdun. As well as the 4 figures seem to be walking behind even smaller illustrations of mammoths. And inside is a woman with almost a beehive style of hair, pinned with bones. And she picks up a staff. Percy, you recognize this staff. When you cast divination and pray to Saint Hypatia to show you the way, and she showed you the crown, the cloak, and the staff, this woman is carrying that staff. The black stone that begins to morph into the tentacles. And she turns and she stares at you for a moment, and she goes, "Ah, I see you have finally arrived."
Okay.
Excuse me?
Now, Uma, darling, you seem to have us at a loss. What do you know about us?
And she kind of walks over and points at the mural. "You are meant to lead us out of this place. You are to lead us where the mammoths are. The mammoths there are not as many as there were. The mammoth spirit is angry, and I cannot placate it. The mammoth spirit has taken the mammoths elsewhere, and you will lead us there. And then the great night will come. It is
I get
meant
it.
to.
The paintings are
Or night
us.
with an N?
There is only one kind of night, when the sun goes down.
Gotcha.
Sorry.
I just look around and was like, yeah, and also I think I'm gonna whisper, I think in Elvish, because that's the only language I know, and I think most of us speak it.
I do.
I don't.
You don't? You're a
No.
half elf!
I was
I
raised
didn't
by a
grow up in-
halfling.
Does anybody speak Elvish besides me?
Lark
Lark
speaks
does.
Elvish.
Cool.
Of course, Lark
I'll
speaks
whisper
Elvish.
in Elvish and say, "That's the staff from my tree. We need it."
In Elvish, he's still smiling while making eye contact with her. And he just says, "Of course it is," in Elvish. And he's back to calm and being like, "So you had a vision that we were going to lead you to the..." Now, really, it's a beautiful mural work, though I don't think you caught my good side, darling Uma.
Well,
I'm just gonna fly over there.
So the mammoth spirit he told you about, specifically us four.
yes, before the mammoth spirit left in anger, we have been trying to bid him back ever since.
Touch the mural.
Where did the mammoth spirit leave to exactly?
I do not know. I simply speak for it. It does not tell me where it is.
Okay.
Touch the mural.
You touch the
You
mural,
touch the mural.
nothing
Yeah.
happens. It's just stone.
Oh, Jesus
No.
Christ.
Well,
Uma, darling, listen to Percy here.
We'll definitely do our best to help. Quick question, by the way, do you know of Call the Shaman?
Roll me an insight check.
Can I
As she
insight
goes-
check her as well?
Yes, as she goes, no,
Me too.
she's lying.
Oh, let me.
You lie.
Oh, I got a nat 1, so I couldn't tell any.
No, I've not heard of such a shaman. Is he from your lands?
We've been looking for them. I'm once again going to speak in Elvish. She's lying.
Oh, Uma, darling. Do you think it wise to lie to spiritual guides?
The rhyme on that.
Lark's like, he's gonna do that thing because he can fly. He's just gonna start circling her like a Disney villain.
I'm going to use thaumaturgy and make the ground crumble.
Jasmine growls.
I'm gonna make smoke come out of my nose.
And then he's just gonna be like, we don't necessarily mean you any harm, but I think it would behoove you to tell us the entire truth right about now if you could. And I'm gonna subtle spell a suggestion on her to do that.
Alrighty. Let me, because I had to find the stat block on the internet. It is a wisdom.
It is a wisdom saving throw.
I love that we all threatened this lady.
Yeah, I was like,
She
are
only
we
got a
doing group
12.
intimidation right now? Like,
That I could roll intimidation, I could roll persuasion, but I'm just gonna cut to the fat and use witchcraft to do it. It's fine.
Yeah, she only got a
Why not?
12.
Yeah, my spell save DC is a 16.
And she kind of blinks and shakes her head a little bit. Well, yes, I have heard of Kull the shaman. We do not speak of him.
Why is that?
Oh, but continue, darling. You have to spill now.
I'm trying to think, does the spell wear off the spell wears off the moment she complies, right?
It pursues the course of action you described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action can continue for the entire duration. If the suggested activity can be completed in a shorter time, the spell ends when the subject finished what it was asked to do.
What did you ask her to do?
Yeah, I was about to say, what did you specifically ask her to do?
Tell us the truth.
Tell us the truth, so she can't hide behind, oh, we don't talk about him.
All right. Trying to think, because her motives and shit, stuff and things that you don't know about. The villagers are afraid of him. This is continuing off of the sentence. We don't talk about him because the villagers are afraid of him. They are afraid of the great night that will come, but it must come. It has been prophesied.
Oh, so she's still kind of in the hooks of the spell. She's telling the truth.
Yes.
Can I try to persuade her while she's under the spell?
You would have advantage. So yes, I think. Because it's technically a charm effect. Is suggestion technically a charm effect, isn't it?
I think it doesn't list itself as a charm effect, but if you're immune to being charmed, you can't be, suggestion won't work on you, but it doesn't inflict the charmed condition.
We don't have a help action stuff going on here.
I will say that you do get advantage on the persuasion.
So, are you waiting for the eternal night? This spooky night? Do dish. That's going to be a 10 plus my modifier, which is persuasion. That's going to be plus 8, so that's an 18.
Yeah. Yes, of course. I was born from the night.
Whoa.
So what does that mean?
What that mean?
I was sent here by the great night to be here.
Does that make any sense to anyone else? Or
So, darling, you were born from the night. I was technically born from a night. I feel a kinship a little bit here. To elaborate, are you saying that you were born, Lark's gonna motion, like he's still doing the villainous circling thing, kind of like, imagine that scene in The Little Mermaid where Ursula's like talking to Ariel. That's the energy Lark's giving off.
Yes.
Whenever Lark says something important and punchy, I'm gonna thaumaturgy, make all the fires in the room go.
Now,
okay.
Uma, are you saying that you were born from that? And he's gonna motion to the mural, like the spooky Theras Dooney aberration thing. You were born from that night.
Yes.
Ooh. Now, I must admit, in our interactions with the night, we were told that we should acquire the staff that you're carrying to fulfill our own goals. Lark's literally wording this in such a way that he's not mentioning that they're trying to stop things, but he's doing Lark things. Double talk, double speak, etc.
Yes.
It would greatly behoove us if you would surrender the staff to us.
I would like to, but I must hand it to the great beholder herself. And she motions to the mural where you see the woman holding the staff with the crown and the robes.
So, did the guy above game? The guy's name was Call the Shaman, right?
Kull, yes.
Call. So, are you an emissary of Call the Shaman, awaiting for the great beholder to hand her your staff?
Yes, I was called from the night when Kull joined with it.
Great.
In Elvish, Lark's gonna be like, does this sound like a living phylactery to you, Percy? Or is it just my mind going to that point?
That would be heartbreaking. She seems nice.
Oh, darling, she's only nice because I have her enthralled with magic.
We were threatening her earlier, so.
We should probably have Rerek use his special eyes.
His special eyes. Look with your special eyes.
But perhaps Arthur could see just how much of an aberration she is.
I was like, I didn't want to interrupt, but I was gonna say, like, while he's talking, can I like be concentrating on primeval awareness?
Yes. There are on the mountain some powerful undead.
Naturally.
Yes. But Uma radiates aberrant energy, but only from her head.
Only from her head.
Only from her head. The rest of her body is not radiating any aberrant energy.
Awesome. So, her head smells like metal.
Huh.
Yeah.
No.
She kind of gives you a funny look. She can't decipher what that statement means, but she definitely knows that it is not a statement people generally say.
Uma, darling. I'm just gonna try to distract her from the weird thing that Arthur just said.
Mm-hmm.
Like, besides for you, did Cull leave anything else? You and your staff, did he leave anything else in this area, or is it just you leading these people?
He left this. And she touches the mammoth skull. He left this to commune with the mammoth. It is the only spirit that we are allowed to trust. The only one that is trustworthy. He banished the others. They lied.
Can I do detect magic on this room? I'll cast it.
Yeah, the staff is magical. It radiates a shit ton of magic. It is definitely incredibly powerful. And the mammoth skull also radiates very similar energy to the chalice and the canopic jar.
Y'all.
You're something to share.
I think. How do I just? I'll whisper it to one of you and then relay it. Can that be a thing?
Yeah, I mean, you can like whisper amongst each other.
I think I know which one in the. I think I know where the phylactery is.
And where is it?
And
it's that mammoth head skull. Is it a skull?
Mm-hmm. It is a skull.
Yeah, it's that mammoth skull.
Okay, cool.
So we need both. So we need both the staff and the mammoth head.
Well, we need the mammoth.
That's way too big to carry, isn't it?
Yeah, it is a full-grown adult mammoth skull.
So it's sort of a destroy it here situation.
Presumably.
Yeah. So above game, how did we manage to destroy the last one?
It got
they had intricate rituals for both of them.
Yeah. One was like
one was put the heart back in the mummy, the other one was use
mass.
A communion, a mass to destroy the unholy object.
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay, so they had like specific things.
Mm-hmm.
Lark's gonna do that. He's gonna just like tap his finger to like the side of his. He's just gonna go along with me, fellas.
Love it when you say that.
Okay.
So, I mean, suggestion's probably wearing off at this point because she's been telling the truth and whatnot. But Lark's going to be like, so Uma, if you want us to lead you and your people out of here, there is one thing that we must most assuredly have to do before we leave.
Yes.
We have to destroy the skull that you used to commune with the mammoth spirit.
She looks visibly confused by this.
Oh, Uma, don't be concerned. You won't need to commune with the mammoth spirit as the full night or whatever. I'm gonna phrase it however she's been phrasing the night.
Just the night.
Yeah. Can I don't know if you want me to roll deception or persuasion for this, but Lark's like, why would you need to commune with it when we're going to lead you to where they're going anyway?
It is how we commune. It is where they come to commune with us.
Oh, but where we're going, there's more mammoth skulls there. And he's not lying because there's literally one in the trophy room.
Very true. So that would not be a deception check. I was told that you would come to lead us to that place, not to destroy anything.
I mean, do you think you can take that with you? Do you have the means to take it with you?
Yes.
And do you really suppose that he would have told you everything before he left?
He did tell me everything.
Are you sure, Uma? We're standing before you, the people from your vision, and telling you that before we leave, we must destroy this. Why can't you just trust us? Can I try to persuade her at this point?
Yes, you may try and persuade her.
Can I still get the help action from my boys?
I would say yes.
I'll give it.
Well,
I'll give you
technically you're getting it from the suggestion because the suggestion is just clinging on. It seems to be running to the end of its life, even though it is 8 hours, but it's running to the end of its life because of the context of what you cast it for.
That's going to be, the better roll was a 13 plus 8 is going to be a 21.
How would she answer that? I believed that he told me everything. I was supposed to be here to protect from the evil spirits who would lie to the people on the mountain.
Well,
Darling,
that's the way the cookie crumbles.
you can ask anyone else, but I would never lie to you.
Wow.
My people are
wondering if
truthful to a
that
fault.
is I'm wondering if that would be a deception check. You've been truthful thus far, but that doesn't mean that you won't lie in the future.
I mean, has Lark ever lied?
Very true. Never mind.
Yeah, never
He's
once.
never technically lied. So yeah.
Isn't the lie of omission still a lie?
That doesn't exist in the Feywild.
No, I was just gonna say fairies don't do that
Also, it's
one.
not technically, it wouldn't technically make a deception check because you are not outright deliberately lying. You are simply skipping information. So it's technically not a deception check. It's bizarre like that.
It's like what I do with my parents.
Oh.
Oh, that hurts my heart.
Oof. Yep.
I mean, I can roll something else if you want me to.
Nope. We'll just leave it at that. And yeah, she kind of looks visibly confused by the whole thing. And then you feel the spell kind of give way. Does suggestion, they're aware that you cast it on them, right? I think so.
Let me look at this. It has to sound reasonable.
Which it did. Tell the truth. Sounds reasonable.
It doesn't say anything about whether or not she knows she was under the effects of the spell. Because, like, so I know what you're thinking about. Like, Charm Person specifically notifies them once the effect's over.
Yes.
But I also, like, I subtle spelled it so that she didn't even know I was casting it. So that's up to you if she would know.
You know what? I will say no. She does not know, but you are aware that the spell has now gone down.
Okay. That makes sense. I mean, I am the one who is holding concentration on it.
Yes.
So once I feel like the spell pop a little bit, I'm just going to be like, so Uma, we're standing before you with that option on the table. And really, it's the only option if you want us to lead your people out of here. We have to destroy that skull.
I do not understand.
There are things greater than your understanding in this world and the next and the one after that, if I'm being quite frank.
I will need time. I will need time to commune with the mammoth spirit.
Oh, but time is of the essence, and we really must get going as soon as possible.
We have to find out how to destroy this thing first. Because, like, you know how the other two...
I'm working up to it, as I'm trying to get her to tell us how to destroy it.
Okay. I'll let you do it.
Yep.
Yeah, but she seems very insistent on. No, I would like time to commune with the mammoth spirit to discuss this.
Now, Uma, darling, I don't think we have the time left to let you commune with the mammoth spirit. Did Cole mention to you how to destroy this skull exactly?
No.
Because you should have seen it coming. That is our prerogative for coming here in the first place.
No, why would he ask me to destroy it?
We need to insight check that to know she's probably not lying.
You can insight check if you want.
Natural 20 plus 7?
Yeah, she's not lying. She was not aware.
Uma, if the skull's no longer going to be needed, then wouldn't it be wise to ensure it doesn't fall into the wrong hands?
But it will be still needed. I must commune with the mammoth spirit.
All right, I tried.
Wait, how big is the skull?
It is the size of an average mammoth skull. I don't know the exact dimensions, but it's pretty big and probably weighs upwards of 100 pounds.
How much can the bag theoretically carry space-wise?
My
I
size.
think we can fit it in the bag.
You have to be able
It has to
fit
be
it
able to go through the hole.
opening.
I'm a fairy. I racially get enlarge/reduce.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I can shrink it to
only-
a smaller size.
It only reduces it one category size, I think.
True.
Which
I'm just wondering.
it would
won't
not
fit in the
allow it
bag?
to go through the bag.
Darn. That was a good thought, though.
It
Yeah.
was a good thought, but the skull is too big.
The target size is, halved in all dimensions.
And halved would still be too big to fit. It would still be too big and too wide to fit through the bag. Because the bag is like a regular messenger bag. And then the mammoth skull is pretty big. So even if it was halved, it wouldn't fit through the
It'd
bag.
just be like a baby mammoth skull, which is still a baby mammoth.
Yeah.
So Lark's gonna do his villainous circle thing again, and he's just in Elvish while he's doing it. He's just gonna casually talk to Percy and be like, "You don't suppose killing her is what we need to do to break it, right? I mean, her head is tied to it. They're both radiating aberrant energy."
I would ask you to leave my tent, please. I must commune with the mammoth in private.
We can't let her do that, can we?
No.
Most likely.
No,
We
because
cast hold
she's gonna be
person.
communicating with the thing. How can we one-shot
She
her
is
head?
also going to cast a spell, so
Yep.
I would like, if
Is
you
it,
both are going to cast it around the same time, I think we should have a contested dexterity check to see who can get the
boy.
spell off.
I got a 15.
Are you? And wait, you're casting what now?
Old person.
Oh, okay.
And she got an 11. She begins to cast this spell, and you cast hold person. She has to make a saving throw. What type of saving throw?
16. It's a wisdom.
Wisdom. She got a 22.
Jesus. Okay, yeah.
All right.
She
Do I still
shrugs
have-
off the magic, and bursting out are these strange, ghostly, aberrant-looking creatures that begin to float around, spiraling around her as she casts Spirit Guardians. And I need everybody to roll initiative.
I already
Is she a
did.
cleric?
Yeah, no shirt.
14 for Arthur.
She has
14 for
17.
Arthur, 17 for Percy,
19 for me.
19 for
15 for
Rerek. And how much for Lark?
15.
15 for Lark.
Oh,
Oh,
Arthur like never goes last.
I
well, you're
never go
definitely not
first.
going last because she rolled a 1.
Oh God.
So she is going last.
Kill it.
However, you are all in the Spirit Guardians.
Yeah.
So that means you guys need to make a saving throw. So first up is Rerek, who needs to make a, let me see what it is. I think it is a wisdom. Yeah, it is a wisdom saving throw.
Great.
14.
Um,
And
so you are taking half damage from this. So that is 6 points of necrotic damage as these weird aberrant spirits swirl around you and begin to claw and sting at you. You now have your full action.
hold on. Sorry. Do I add my saving throw modifier on top of that?
Yes, you
Yes.
do.
I have a plus 10
But
for wisdom.
You what?
How do you have a plus 10 for wisdom?
I don't know. That's the highest one I have. 2 actually.
you-
Intelligence and wisdom both have plus 10.
That doesn't make any sense. You would have to have a 26. So you'd have to have like a 30 to have a plus 10.
So your wisdom saving throw is your proficiency bonus plus your wisdom modifier. If assuming you're proficient in wisdom saving throws, which
I
is
think wizards are proficient with wisdom and intelligence saving throws.
unless you have like a feat that adds a weird bonus to it, it
I
should be like
do probably have feats.
3 plus something. But I don't know if a feat's gonna add like an extra.
No, because
No.
it should be around 6 or it
6
should
or
be around 6 or
7.
7,
Mine is
not
7.
10.
I don't know.
I mean, you passed it with the straight roll anyway. And it does deal half damage on a success, so you took half damage
Yeah.
from it.
So you're fine.
So yeah, but either way,
What's the
um,
damage?
it was 6 points of necrotic
6.
damage.
Yes. Yep. That's what we said. Oh, you know what? I want the thing. With the thing. Where's
So what would you like to do on your turn?
Oh,
I will be right back, guys. I do have to run over real quick for something.
can I do a?
No.
Hold on. It's gone. Can I do a protection from evil and good?
On yourself?
Yes.
Yes, you
please.
may.
And can I do a breath weapon attack, or is that another action?
I believe it's an action. You
Mhm.
might want to check. I know they changed it with Fizbins, which I've been meaning to talk to you about. It might actually be a bonus action for all I know.
There. I can.
It
do like a-
is. Yeah, it's an action.
Yeah,
Oh,
it is.
okay.
When
well,
when you take the attack action, you can replace one of the attacks with the breath weapon.
Yeah, I see it. Can I do? It says I have a 2-weapon fighting action. What the fuck is that? Okay, you know what? I'll just walk back a bit, like 5 feet back.
All right. You do find it as you're moving back, these sorts of ethereal spirits swirl around you, making it a bit harder to move back. Because D&D is weird with half movement speed, you managed to get 5 feet, but if you had gone any farther, you only would have gone 5 feet. So we'll just put it that way.
Awesome.
So next up is Percy, which you need to make the saving throw.
I'm like running out of slots.
Wisdom save, right?
Yes.
That's gonna be a 24.
So that succeeds. So that's 9 points of necrotic damage to you, and now you can take your turn.
I'm gonna, I think first, I think we're somewhat spread out. I think Lark and I are kind of more on one side.
Yeah,
and
you
the
are
other two
kind
on the
of
other side.
surrounding her, which is why she Spirit Guardianed.
So I'm gonna try to first use my movement to try to back away as far from the other boys as possible.
I would say you would need to use 20 feet of your movement speed to move 10 feet back because it's half movement through a Spirit Guardians.
Ooh, has nobody
you
broken
are-
her concentration yet?
Pushing back. So you are still pushing back against this sort of wall of spirits that are pushing you and clawing at you.
So I'm going to cast Lightning Cantrip, Lightning Lure.
Ooh.
So she needs to make me, I think, strength saving throw. Be a 16.
She got an 18.
Damn it. So nothing happens. But I will still use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Of course.
Yeah, that's definitely going to hit. That's a 24.
24 to hit?
Yes.
Yep, that hits.
So that is, it's just 1d8, right?
I think so. At its current level.
That's going to be 11 points of damage.
And that would mean she would have to make a concentration check. Oof, that was not good at all. She rolled a 7. So her Spirit Guardians go down as you whack her with the ethereal scythe that has appeared and slice through her. She shrieks. Actually, no, she does not. She doesn't make a single sound. It's almost as if you did not hit an actual body. You haven't hurt her in any way, at least in her mind. And she stares at it, but the spiritual guardians vanish. Is there anything else you would like to do with your turn?
That's all I can do.
All right, so next up we have Lark.
Thanks for dropping those Spirit Guardians, Percy. I knew I kept you around for a reason.
Yeah.
Now, Lark's just gonna be like, I'm very disappointed in you, Uma. And he's just gonna drift up and back as far away from everybody else as he can with his movement speed. I know it's kind of a small area anyway, but he's like getting as much distance as he can. And I'm gonna cast. What am I gonna cast? The dog is panting like crazy over here. Drink your water. I have some 3rd level spell slots.
Ooh.
I haven't used any yet, but I think I'll keep those. I used a 1st and a 2nd. I think with my action, I'm just gonna use my circlet of blasting that I never use.
Mm-hmm.
to free Scorching Ray her.
Right.
So Scorching, but unfortunately it's going to use the Circlet's spell attack modifier instead of mine.
Oh, yeah. So it's like a 15 or something.
So it's +5 instead of +9 to each bolt.
Mm. Well, it doesn't seem like she's that hard to hit. She's just wearing furs.
Oh, shit. Okay, so the lowest is a 12 to hit. I don't know if that's going to hit.
Nope, that does not hit.
The next two are a 21 and a nat 20.
All right. Those both hit, and she has no way to stop that.
Okay, so the nat 20 with brutal critical is going to deal 12 fire damage up front because it's 2d6 per bolt.
Yes.
And then the other two, so it's going to be 12 plus 14. Great. Plus 6. So 20 fire damage.
In total?
20 fire damage in total, and that's with a crit on one of them. Gross.
20 fire damage. Jesus. Okay.
I mean, it was for free. It didn't cost me a spell slot, so I really shouldn't do that much.
Yeah. You slam her with these 2 bolts of fire, the third one going wide as she flings her body out of the way. But once again, she doesn't scream in pain. She just is moving the body around as you severely singe her. There are just raw flesh everywhere, singed and burning and dripping with all kinds of horrible fluids. She is hanging on for dear life at this point.
I'm going to quicken a spell with my bonus action. It's got to be a cantrip. So I'm going to quicken... Is anybody up after me, or am I the last in line?
Arthur's up after.
Okay. I think I'm going to quicken... I mean, it's going to be Eldritch Blast. Who am I kidding? Yeah, I'm going to spend... So I'll have 1 sorcery point left after this. I'm going to quicken an Eldritch Blast. That's going to be a 21 and a 27 to hit.
Yep, both hit.
That'll be 10, 17, 21 force damage.
Oh yeah, that kills her. You blow a hole with both of the lasers through her chest. She simply looks down as the body then keels over. And at this point,
way to save some for me, guys. Thanks.
Her head begins to move before the head just explodes like a watermelon, and rolling out is an abnormally large brain with legs, very cat-like legs. It rolls over and it has 2 large antennae that come out wiggling. And it is just, it makes a move to bolt, but it is not its turn. You are still in initiative.
Oh, fuck yeah. I
Mind flayers
murdered
Is
the
that like a
shit out of that
common
thing.
knowledge type thing?
When Lark downs the body and that thing falls out, he's like, Arthur, kill it.
Well, obviously I'm gonna kill it.
Hurry.
Okay, we're gonna Zephyr Strike, whack it with the vampiric short sword.
All right.
We're gonna do, yeah. And so since Zephyr Strike gives me advantage, that's also gonna give me sneak attack. So hang on a second.
It's gonna give you a lot.
It's gonna be one of those things. Thank God I had advantage because the first one was a 1.
Because of the Zephyr Strike.
Yep.
Right.
21 to hit.
Oh yeah, that hits. It's a brain.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay. This guy, and then this guy, and then this guy. And it is aberrant.
Yes. Yes,
So
it is an aberration.
4. Okay, so 11 plus 5 plus 7 plus 4. 6, wait, 11, 23, 4, 27. Hang on.
Good Lord.
29.
Well, you 8 points overkilled it. As you plunge your sword into this thing, it gives out this ear-piercing shriek that you can feel almost in your brains for a good second before it just begins to slowly turn into sludge as you pull the sword out, and Uma is no more.
Good. And
What the hell is
finally, I get to actually use the benefit from this goddamn sword since I killed something with it. I can use it to regain some hit points.
Yeah.
I haven't killed a goddamn thing with that sword.
Yeah.
I'm maging hand the staff into my bag immediately.
Oh yeah, it just
Yeah,
drops
good call.
right in.
And I'm gonna stomp that thing into jelly.
Oh yeah, it's pretty easy to do. It's not moving anymore. Just and it's gone.
Yeah.
What should we do about that, though? Motioning to the phylactery skull.
Yeah, I mean, we could try hitting it with stuff.
Didn't Rerek's identify tell us how to destroy it last time?
No,
It
it
did not.
was a legend lore from a hitherto unmet professor that you did not get to meet.
Maybe we can look at the
Oh yeah, because we did that whole ritual on it, and then yeah.
Mhm.
Can we look at the mosaic, whatever, the drawing?
Is there detailed instructions that to destroy it everywhere around here?
Maybe we should check the destructions.
On that horrible pun, it is definitely time to end the episode there. We have been going quite a bit beyond the end point. So we will see you all next week to see how they figure out how to destroy the phylactery, and I will see you all